Come on, family. Come on in here. Come on in here. Come get some of this good stuff. Come on in here. Come on. Let's have a conversation today. And got some good stuff to talk about. And I was asked the question, as you see on the screen, what keeps me going? Because a lot of people like my energy and they want to know, how do I keep it going? And so we're going to talk about that. But first, I'm going to give everybody time to come in, because I keep getting fussed at saying I get into the content too soon. So for all you slow pokes, I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to come in. And then for those on the replay, that's fine too. So I just want to, give those people a nice chance to come in and have a little conversation today. Hope your day is going well. I hope you're going out there and killing and smashing your goals. Got a few good things going on around here too. And for those who don't know me, my name is Norris Williams, norrisnetwork.com. I'm an investor and motivator, and I teach people how to make more money. And when I say more money, I don't mean you have to be a cajillion billionaire or whatever. You can just want to make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. And that's perfectly fine. So what I do is I teach the spiritual aspects of getting that or becoming that, because it's a spiritual journey. Money is just a tool. Money is just a simple piece of paper. It's a tool. And so many of us think that, well, if I learn this or I learn that, then money will just happen. But it's a two-step process. Accumulating more money and then even accumulating wealth is a two-step process. It's mindset and mechanics. And we focus so much on mechanics. And that's why you see so many commercials and infomercials and seminars about how to invest in real estate, how to flip houses, how to invest in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, annuities, money market accounts, savings accounts, life insurance, all the other financial vehicles of how to get it done. But very few people effectively teach the mindset that makes all that stuff happen, because the mindset over here has to make the money appear over here. So that's a lot of what we talk about, and actually exclusively what we talk about over here. So we talk about 80% mindset and about 20% mechanics. I do teach mechanics along the way, but it's 80% mindset, because I think once you embrace that mindset, the mechanics become pretty easy. You'll know what to go look for. You'll know what your appetite's going to be. Like some people like real estate. Some people don't like real estate. Some people like stocks. Some people don't like stocks. So at some point, it's just like whatever your favorite flavor ice cream is, at some point, you figure out what your flavor is. And it's an ongoing process. It's not that all of a sudden one day it just makes sense and here it is. It's an ongoing process, but not a lot of people want to stick to the process. A lot of people are intimidated by the process, or you have undeveloped thinking that keeps you in a place where it's not serving you. So we're going to talk about that. I'll give you a couple more seconds to get in here. So, all right, I think we're far enough in. Let's just get to it so we can be short and brief and everybody can go on about their day. What keeps me going? If I had to narrow it down to one thing, my whole life, I never just wanted to be average. I never wanted to be just another person. I never wanted to just go through life and not have anything to show for it. I never wanted to be that guy at the end of life to where I look around and say, man, I wish I would have. Man, if I would have did this, I could have been. You know how those has-been, there are a lot of people that has-beens, a lot of people who talk about what they used to be. There are a lot of people that talk about what they should have done and how they should have done it. And if they had another chance to do it again, they would do it this way instead of the way that they did do it. There's so many people who get at the end of life and have a whole lot of regret. Well, I didn't want to be one of those old men, grouchy as hell and complaining about, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done that. So I said, I'm just going to go all out and try everything, which I did. And I tried a lot and I failed a lot. I'm not ashamed of that. I've, had a lot of stuff happen to me. I've had repos, I've had evictions, I've had all kinds of stuff on my journey because I was willing to take that chance. I wasn't the guy that said, okay, well, I got to be stable, so I'm not going to take a chance just so I can keep this. I'm not going to do this so I was the guy that there were several times where I was like, okay, I got X amount of dollars. Am I going to pay this money to go to this seminar? Or am I going to pay this money to pay rent? So in my head, I would justify, okay, if I can pay this money for this seminar and it makes me X amount of money, then I can pay the rent by the end of the month. Didn't always work out like that. And I'm not embarrassed to share it. I'm not embarrassed to share it at all because that's what made me who I am. I could always say I took those risks And at the end of the day, I'm at such a more immense mentality than a lot of the people that, a lot of my surroundings and people and friends that have fell off along the way or whatever. My mentality is so different because I was willing to go jump off the edge and not knowing what was below. I was willing to do that. And a lot of times there was water at the bottom. A lot of times there was no water at the bottom at all. So I've been through it all. And I think a lot of that's what keeps me going too, because I actually did it. I actually went for it. I actually jumped outside of my comfort zone and say, okay, I have no idea if this is going to work or not, but I'm going to try it anyway. Along the way, a lot of people were like, man, you need to be stable. You need to be this, and you're qualified for this, and you should be doing that. Like along the way, so many people were telling me what I should do. And at this point, guess how many of them are more successful than me? Zero. Because to me, it comes down to the risk and reward principle. And that's why I'm proud of my failures. I'm proud of the things I've been through. I'm proud of the mistakes I've made. I'm proud of the things that I've gotten my credit along the way. Of course, I eventually got them fixed, but along the way, I took them. And I'm glad I did, because I can speak from a point of authenticity of somebody who actually went through the fire, somebody who actually jumped off the cliff. And it was once you get to the bottom, it's lonely as hell down there. It's like you look around, it's like, ooh, should I have done that? And now I'm glad I did, because I just kept going. What they say, it's okay to go to hell if you keep going. If you just keep going. That's one of the reasons why I look at myself every day and I say I'm proud of myself for going. I wanted a different outcome from the way I started out in life. I wanted something different, and nobody was really freely giving away that information. So I had to go seek the information. And did I make some bad decisions along the way? Hell yeah. Did I lose some friends and loved ones and girlfriends? I lost a whole lot of stuff along the way, but I gained more of myself. That's the key. I gained more of myself in losing a lot of these people. And the crazy thing is, once you lose this set of people, another whole set of people are waiting to embrace who you really are. So every day I get up, and the first 20 minutes, before I even get out of bed, I meditate. I'm grateful. Thinking, looking forward to what I'm doing, the day ahead. Really looking at, I set at least one goal that I want to accomplish. Like currently, I'm doing one of these videos every single day. And as I do one of these videos every single day, the muscle builds every day. As I do these videos, the muscle builds every single day. Because normally I would just do these type of videos in a coaching situation or in a private situation where it's like 10 to 15, 20, sometimes 50 people. But now I'm just putting it out there to the world. It's like, hey, this is what it is. Come join us if you want, or just listen in if you want. So I have a sense of, I like achieving things. I like accomplishing things. And I don't even measure a lot of mine by money. I measure it by how I feel about accomplishing the thing and pushing myself to say, okay, if you can do this, then you can go even further and do that. And I remember being a kid, I used to have visions of seeing myself talking in front of a lot of people. Now, this is going to sound a little crazy, but I'm going to share, because I know I'm not the only crazy one on here. I could see, and I had these dreams a lot when I was a kid. I could see a group of people listening to me talk, and they looked kind of like pilgrims' clothes. They were like white collars and black clothes, but I couldn't see their faces. I know I'm being transparent. I couldn't see their faces, but I could hear myself talking, and I could hear them cheering, and they were all sitting down. And I would say, at that age, I was just saying encouraging stuff, today's going to be a good day, that kind of stuff. And this is before I even knew I'd become some sort of speaker or trainer. But as a little kid, I would have these dreams. And I never shared them, honestly, until now, because I just knew somebody's going to say I'm crazy or I'm deluded or something is wrong with me. But this happened to me so many times, it kind of buried in my psyche that, maybe you're going to be doing something like this. And eventually I figured out my way around to that. But I remember specifically me standing up talking to these people, and it was like maybe 100, 200 of them. And they never said words, but they would clap and they would cheer. And I felt good being up there talking to them. I saw that as early as like 4 or 5 years old. And I kept having the same dream over and over again over the years. So I have a sense of purpose. Every day I get up, I want to grow. I want to be better than I was yesterday. I want to it gives me a feeling of accomplishment when I can go to bed at night and feel like I actually accomplished something, because I know that eventually adds up over time. And I'm always looking to expand my mind, like reading, taking a seminar, meeting new people, writing stuff. I'm always seeking, like, growth is my thing, especially from the inside out. I really want to see how big I really can get. And money's a byproduct of that, but I want to see how big I can get from the inside, about how I feel about myself, how proud I am of myself, how courageous I am within myself. What new circles can I get into? That, and along my career, I've been invited to a lot of meetings that technically I wasn't qualified to be in, or technically I wasn't supposed to be there. But the spirit being in me took me into these meetings. And a lot of these meetings, I didn't know what the hell they were talking about, but they all treated me the same. Like, they be talking about this crazy, fancy financial formulas. And I'd be sitting there like, I hope they don't ask me a question, because I'm going to look real stupid. But what it forced me to do was the stuff they were talking about later on with YouTube University and other courses out there. I would go study what they're talking about and learn. And then later on, the conversation would come up in amongst a group of other people. And then, because that experience happened, then I had the knowledge to discuss things, and it helped me get into deals that before I probably couldn't get into. But it's been a wonderful journey. It really has. And I just continue every day to strive to get better. Like I said, every day I strive to be better than the day before. And do I make mistakes? Yep, a whole bunch of them. Every day, I still make mistakes every day. But it's not always, like my dad used to say, it's not always what happens to you, it's how you respond to what happens to you. It's not about what happens to you, it's about how you respond to what happens to you. So one of the things is, this is a little bit of advice, kind of off the topic. Don't allow people to talk you out of who you're supposed to be, because everybody's going to have an opinion. Everybody's going to say you should be this, you should do that because of this. And everybody tries to tell you to run for safety, run for comfort, plan for a bad, save for a rainy day. You know what's going to happen? If you save for a rainy day is going to come, because you're investing in a rainy day coming. But you won't take any risk to hedge largely against that rainy day ever happening, because there are some people that rainy days just don't happen to. There are different degrees. Let me qualify that. There are different degrees of that, but there are some people who plan a lot better for that downturn, or maybe things don't go the way you think they should go. That still happens. But for the most part, we're taught to play life on our heels. We're taught to be careful, be cautious, don't take too much risk, be careful, don't offend nobody, don't spend all your money in one place. I've spent all my money in one place so many times. But when I tell you, over time, everything, it might not have paid off immediately, but over time, even if it was just a lesson, a very strong lesson, then I was grateful for that. And at this point, I'm 46 right now. So at 46, I feel astronomically strong in who I am and where I'm going, and my career path as well as my life path, which they're actually the same. So just to answer the question, I know that was kind of long to answer one question, but what keeps me going is having a sense of who I am authentically, without anybody informing me of who I am. Me believing in myself like I never have before. Because I talked about this, I think maybe 2 videos ago. For a long time, I allowed people to convince me to be less than myself. So I went ahead and did that. I remember being in middle school, and being made fun of because I made good grades. Nobody wants to be a nerd. Nobody wants to be called a nerd. Nerd is not a term of endearment. If anything, it's a point where you avoid being called that. But when I became grown, I figured out that nerds win most 99 out of 100% of the times. The nerd wins in life. Now, it's not cool being that when you're young. You don't want to be, you kind of hide that. I even allowed my grades to slip on purpose so I wouldn't be called a nerd. If anybody on here know my daddy, he was not trying to hear that. So it lasted a whole 6-week reporting period after that. No, sir. We're not going to do that again. And I explained to him I didn't even really get in trouble about it because I explained to him why I did it. I was very specific on the kids were picking on me, they're calling me a nerd for having good grades. So I just kind of, because I would do stuff like I know the answer on the test. I know this sounds stupid, but it's true. I would know the answer on the test and I would intentionally put the wrong answer. When I look back at it now, I'm like, so this had to be like 86, 87, something like that. And I knew good and well at some point my parents were going to find out, but it's more important for me to be accepted by the kids than it was, getting approval from my parents. I needed that feeling because as humans, we run in packs just like animals. We just call our packs families. That's the only difference. So I say all that to say, for you, don't allow people to tell you what you should be doing with your life. On the inside here, you already know who you're supposed to be. You know why you agreed to come here. You know why you have the talent, skills, and abilities that you do have. So I want to encourage you today to stop being anyone other than who you were called to be. That's the only thing you're here for. Anything outside of that, you'll never get the result you're looking for. Never. You'll never get that. I know plenty of people with plenty of money, and now they're feeling like, I missed my shot. I'm not really who I want to be. I did this for the money, not for who I am. So I want you to take a close look in the mirror at yourself and determine, today is the day I start being who I'm really called to be. So that way your heart starts singing, that outside energy comes into you and gives you the extra energy you need. Because there are a lot of people who say, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't have the energy. You have all that. Your authentic self, the higher version of yourself, brings all that to you. That's where it comes from. It brings it to you. So with that being said, hey, I want you to have the same feeling every day. Now, am I saying that every day is wonderful? And no, absolutely. And some days I'm like, man, this is some BS right here. I don't want to do this. I want to go drink a beer and chill and watch football. I don't want to do any of this. But that thing on the inside of me is like, nope, there's something greater here we're supposed to be doing. Nope, we're not going to do that today. You're gonna write these essays, you're gonna record these videos, are you gonna hire these people, are you gonna do transcripts of your videos, are you gonna get on social media and send out notifications? You're gonna do the stuff you're supposed to do to get the result that you really want over the long term. And you can always have fun at any time. Because the point is to have enough income that if I go to sleep on the 1st and I wake up on the 31st, there's still some checks that have come while I was asleep. That's the whole goal of this whole thing, is that if I go to sleep on the 1st and I wake up on the 31st, there's money waiting for me when I wake up. That's what keeps me going. It's about the journey, creating the mind and the physicality to make that happen. That's like my project, to like make that happen. The money's secondary. The project and the scope is to put together a system and a business that kicks that kind of money off. Then you really go do a whole lot of greater things for other people. Because like I said before, you always invest in yourself first, and then invest in income generating assets second. And the third one is, that's when you go invest out into the world, onto other people, and help, charities, or build homes, or create water wells, or whatever it is that you want to do that makes your heart sing, whatever your legacy thing is going to be. That's what you do at the third level. So Norris Williams again, norrisnetwork.com. I just dropped in. Wanted to share with you. I was asked what keeps me going. That's what keeps me going. If you're not feeling that way on a daily basis, I encourage you to find whatever the thing that makes your heart sing. Find that thing, whatever it is. There's no right or wrong answer, as long as you're not harming anybody. Now, I'm not encouraging you to do that. But as long as you decide at some point, hey, I want to feel that way every day, figure out what it is. Erase that. I'm not going to give you permission to say you don't know what it is. I'm going to tell you to stop being fearful of what it is and bring forth whatever that is and put it out into the world and watch your life change immediately. So once again, my name is Norris Williams. I'm dropping by. And the one thing I want you to remember, now we do have some courses coming up for some of you to take. Some of you be involved, some of you won't. Some of you just drop in just to listen to what we're talking about and get some nuggets. We're perfectly fine with that. Others of you want to go further in your journey. Others of you want to go deeper. Others of you want to go higher. I got some stuff coming up for you. So stay tuned. Go out and enjoy your day. Once again, this is Norris Williams. I just came in and I told you I'd be here every day. Here I am again. So invest a like, invest a share, invest a comment, because that's how the community grows. I want to share this information with as many people as I can. So thank you for showing up. Enjoy your day, and I'll see you on the other side.